We'll try this again, boys, will we?
Take two.
Tick 2. Put it live to YouTube, made an awful balls of it, and we'll go again. So
Wrestling.
So we're here for a bonus episode of the Legend Wrestling podcast with Nikki, Gordo, Steve. How are the men?
Sure.
Grand.
It was detailed enough.
This weather is so Seth Rollins right now.
So Seth Rollins right now.
Thank you, leave insert.
That was the thing I noticed today, actually. No wasting time here, but everyone like, oh, the leave insert weather has arrived. It's been scorching for 2 fucking weeks. Where are they going?
They're just helping us keep it up though.
Yeah. Anything for a few likes.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd sit down for 20 minutes or so, maybe less, and talk New Japan Dominion that's on this Saturday morning, I believe. It's on our time.
Yes, 8 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, fuck that. I mean, I'll be up for the main event.
Cans.
Yeah.
Morning cans.
Morning cans. That's a big Gordo go do anyway.
So breakfast rolls and cans at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, morning cans and breakfast rolls in Casa del Gordo. Tell you.
Nice. What time do Apache start delivering?
They'll still be delivering from the night before.
Very good. But sure, we thought we'd kind of do a preview on our predictions. The previews might be a bit limited for some of the earlier matches because we haven't followed it all that much, or I haven't anyway.
They're New Japan tag team matches.
Yeah, so they just happen. But because I can't pronounce one of these lads' names, I'm going to call them Suzuki Gun 1, El Desperado, and the other lad versus Kanemaru versus Roppongi 3K for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. What do you reckon, boys? Usual order, quarter.
I don't know. There's some people reckon that Roppongi 3K could be splitting up relatively soon. So I don't know. I reckon we could see Suzuki Gun retaining here. I'd imagine it'll be the opener anyway, and it should be a good match to get it going. But I'm going to go Suzuki Gun to retain. Yeah,
I think I'm also going to go Suzuki Gun. Sho and Yo both had fantastic showings at the Best of Super Juniors. So I reckon I can see them both going as singles pretty soon. So echo Gordo sentiments there.
Can I echo Gordo and echo Nicky's sentiment? Yeah, to be honest, all 4 of these guys really had good Super Junior tournaments in different ways. Desperado clinging onto his mask for dear life.
Oh, Jesus, that was in bits.
Good thing he'd long hair to cover up his face, otherwise we definitely would know who El Desperado is right now.
And makeup helped too.
Makeup, yeah. Kanemaru had some good showings with Minoru Suzuki in some random tag matches as well. Well, as Nick said, the 2 boys had 3 wins each, I think, in the Best of the Super Juniors tournament on either block. Looking very good, but definitely you can see kind of a solo run for both guys, so it wouldn't really make sense for them to get the belts. So New Japan actually uses logic, so they should not win.
I'll go the other way for the laugh and go Roppongi 3K. So we kind of fly through the first couple of matches and get to the big ones and talk about them in more detail than we have that. But Juice Robinson and David Finlay versus Chaos, made up of Jay White and Yoshihashi, Gordo.
I'm going to say Robinson and Finlay. They're fairly high on Finlay, and I reckon this is going to set up Finlay versus Jay White after all this. They normally don't put matches on these cards for no reason. So I'm guessing there's something to it. And the only thing that logically makes sense is Finlay White. So Finlay and Juice get the win.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same, Finlay and Juice. I reckon Jay White is an odd fit in Chaos, so I can see him not being in Chaos after this match. So I reckon they might go that way, and that's how Juice and Finlay win.
Yeah, Finlay's been calling out Jay White for quite a while now, since I think was it Wrestle Kingdom or even before. So I can see Finlay getting the win over White here, which kind of concretes the fact that he's next up for the New Japan US title. Let's see what's happening. I think Nick could be onto something with Jay White leaving Chaos. Just seems a bit odd. He's a strange man himself, to be honest, but great finisher, but I don't know if the character is getting over as well as they were hoping.
I'm going to go Chaos on this one.
Just to be different on everything.
That's what I think. I win it because I think it's an interesting night for the group as a whole. Speaking of which, next match, more chaos. Ishii, whichever, and Toru Yano versus Suzuki Gun 2, which is Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr.
Surely this should be Suzuki Gun 1.
Well, they're second of the night, so you can't be going around messing numbers up, you know?
It'll get all confusing and shit.
Oh, stop.
I'm going to go Suzuki Gun with the win here. Pretty short chaos after getting the upper hand on him in a couple of like 6 and 8 man tags over the last couple of weeks and months. So it's about time they got one back over them. So yeah, Suzuki Gun for the win.
Yeah, I think the same. Even there was a match in the Best of Super Juniors final where Yano got the win over a team that Suzuki was on. So I reckon this is going to be Suzuki getting it back.
Yep. Ditto again. So that means only one thing, lads. We all know who Steve's going for.
Full house, boys.
What?
Yeah. So the Never Openweight Championship 3-way match. Oh, my screen had gone there. But anyways, Hiroki Goto versus lads.
Taichi.
I didn't practice this one. It's Taichi, isn't it? I thought it could have been something else because it looked like it was too easy. Versus Michael Elgin. What do you reckon?
Not a fucking clue.
I'm gonna go. I'll echo your sentiments there. Goto is the champion. If that makes any difference.
Complete and utter shot in the dark because I think there's going to be a couple of title changes later on. I'm going to go Goto to retain.
They're really starting to big up Taichi, but I don't see them giving him the title yet. I'm going to say Elgin just to mix things up.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Taichi. I think what Nick was saying there is why I think he's going to do it. He's new to the heavyweight division within the last year. I know this is obviously the open weight, but I think they're hot on him right now. He's got that weird gimmicked entrance with the mic. He seems to be quite over with the fans, despite.
Well, he's got a hot woman with him as well.
That always helps. That definitely always helps. But I just I can see the time is now. The time is now. The place is here. Taichi is going to win the Never Openweight title.
That's a patented saying you've taken there.
Sue me. Sue me, Dr. Aman.
So kind of we'll probably spend a bit more time on the next few matches.
You're not going to pick one yourself?
Oh, Taichi, because I've never heard of him. I know I'll go with Goto retains.
Cool.
We'll have to write these down because I've already forgotten all my picks. So next we'll say the Young Bucks first run out into the heavyweight tag team division, facing LIJ. So Sanada and Evil against the Young Bucks for the heavyweight tag team championships. Words.
Yeah, Bucks' first heavyweight title match, but at the same time, Sanada and Evil aren't exactly the biggest of tag teams in there. I'm going to say the Bucks just because I think they've done pretty much everything else in the company at the moment. So I think it'd be weird to have them lose their first one. So yeah, Bucks to win.
I'm really not sure what way to go on this one. So I because they've just come up to heavyweight, I think they're going to want to make them prove themselves at heavyweight before they give them the titles. So I don't think they're going to give it to them just yet.
But all that merch money.
All the merch money, that's true. But they'll get the merch money either way.
No, I know, but that's what I mean, but it's like they've proven themselves one way or the other because of the merch money. That's the way I look at it. It's a tough one, though.
Yeah, I'm going to say LIJ retain.
This is going to be one sweet. It's going to be the Young Bucks.
I think as Nicky's probably right with the whole, the money's in the chase there, that if they win, they can't really win it the first time, and there'll be a nice little story they can build to possibly win them at. Although, imagine waiting until Wrestle Kingdom in January would seem a bit odd to leave it that long.
Could do it at the US show.
That's true. That is true. That's thrown a wrench into my plans here. I'm thinking, based on where I'm going later, my head says LIJ, but I'm going to go with the Bucks. but I think LIJ too. Oh God, this one's tough.
Toss a coin there, lad.
It's
I'm
the
gonna-
first one you actually have any insight into. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's true.
5 matches in, that's usually where I am with other pay-per-views. It's like, care these pre-show shit. I think, if they don't win, they might be screwed out of it somehow. Not in a WWE way, but some sort of screwy way. If they don't win it. But I think maybe the Bucks. So where did we land on that? 3-1, is it? Bucks.
3-1, yeah.
3-1,
The only one
yeah.
with LIJ.
Yeah, fuck, I should have tied it up. Stupid heart overhead.
No takesy backsies.
No takesies backsies. This one we thought might have been Mysterio versus Liger, but it's actually ended up being a 6-man tag match. So Mysterio, Tanahashi, and Liger, what a fucking tag team that is. Versus Bullet Club made up of Skrull, Cody, and Hangman Page.
If you believe the English commentary on the Best of Super Juniors final, the match is actually going to be Marty Scurll versus Rey Mysterio. Oh no, Marty Scurll versus Tanahashi versus Liger.
Right. Okay. Good God.
Is
Good
this
Lord.
for the never open 6-man tag champs?
No.
They've confirmed it's not, is it?
It's just an old wrestling match.
Yep, just the wrestling.
Because Skrull, Cody, and Page are the 6-man never open weight champions, are they?
Is it not the?
Marty.
Yeah, I think it's the Bucks and Marty, isn't it?
Is it? No, I don't know if the Bucks are.
It's not listed as a title match anyway. It's just listed as a 6-man tag.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're saving Mysterio and Liger for the US tour.
Yes, the super villains are the current champs. So Marty in the box.
I humbly take that back.
Yeah, I see. Look what?
It's going to be a weird one.
Yeah,
I think it's all going to, as we talked about beforehand, I think it's going to end up with, a situation where Liger and Rey Mysterio have a show of respect at the end, and we get a match in America then in July, I think it is.
yeah. I'm guessing the ending is going to somehow feed on the whole Marty and Cody slight bit of tension and the fact that they're both in a triple threat match against Dalton Castle for the Ring of Honor title, like later this month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of tension there that's going to lead to Team Ray getting a win. But good Lord, what a fucking dream team that is, though.
Yeah.
My God, what a tag team.
I know, and Mysterio's team isn't bad either.
I'm gonna go the old Fox as well.
Yeah. The old fucks. The young bucks.
They are old AF. Like, their probably aggregate age is what, like 40?
It's all over that.
It's well over that.
Well over that. They're all in their 40s.
Liger is 50, isn't he?
Yeah, Liger's in 50s. The rest of them in their 40s. So it's late 40s. Like it's
47, 48-ish we're looking like.
Yeah.
Jesus H. Christ.
And all of them killing it.
Yep.
Yeah, like I very much buy into Gordo's logic of them setting up the Ring of Honor angle because they like to complement each other very well with these sort of things and storyline building.
And also the all-in angle as a result as well. All ties in together.
I think that's far enough away that it couldn't. It might not be a factor, but you never really know. So that's very true.
It's almost as if the boys were getting some help from some corporations.
Mm.
Pull this whole thing off.
I can't see the club winning this one, no matter what happens. So I got to go with the old Bucks as well.
Yeah, I think the old Bucks, definitely. It will. Marty's hair has grown. The color has grown back into his hair. He's not stressed out anymore. He's seeing clearly. So he sees his eyes are on the prize, and it's not in this match. He doesn't care. So Will Ospreay versus Hiromu Takahashi for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Gordo.
Controversial thing here, but this may well end up being the match of the night.
Oh yeah.
Literally thinking the exact same, but I felt guilty thinking it.
Yeah.
Feel guilty. That is fake news.
We could well be sitting here reviewing this early next week and saying this is match of the night. And this is not a dig at the two matches that are going to come after it, which are both going to be insane. We could well see 3 5-star matches to close out this show.
Mm-hmm.
I will not be surprised if all 3 of these get at least 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
With one of them potentially getting 6. So yeah, unfortunately, I haven't gotten to see as much of the Super Juniors as I wanted to. Have tomorrow evening and all day Friday to catch up on it though. So, but obviously, I've seen some of the matches Takahashi's had, and the lad is just in the zone at the moment. Saw a couple of clips, a good chunk of the final, and good lord, my God! All I say is that pile driver. That pile driver. He hit that in his last match before that as well, didn't he? He doesn't do it too often, but
the pile driver off the top, is it?
No, it's the pile driver where he just kind of basically puts his arms out and just duffs straight down.
Yeah, they're essentially like an inverted butterfly one. It's a really fucking nice one. Yeah, just sweet Jesus. I know Ospreay is banged up, and I'm wondering if they're going to give him a bit of time off. It's playing on my mind here. I want to say Ospreay, but I think
it's fake news, Gordo. He's not injured. It's called kayfabe.
He's always injured. He's in a consistent state of injury.
I know. I think there's going to be a time where he's going to have to take a bit of time, and I'm wondering, is this the best possible time to do it before there's the run into his match with Devlin in a couple of months' time, and then into Wrestle Kingdom?
That's definitely what he's thinking.
no, but that's all. That's all.
That's Australia, New Zealand tour coming up too as well for a while. Yeah. He's probably going to have a bit of time off there because he's probably going to be working the weekends there. He's going to have the weeks off, whereas normally he'd be a few shows in the midweek as well. Yeah,
it's hard. I don't know. It's hard to know with him. You know, that's the problem. It's always when is he going to break down? I must say, as much as I hate to say it, and touch wood, it won't happen anytime soon. I'm gonna go Takahashi, but yeah, this could steal the show.
I agree, definitely could steal the show. I'm also going to go Takahashi, even though I'd prefer Ospreay to win. But I just think this is the story of him, his rise right now. It's kind of winning the title would really cap it off. So I think that's a better story right now.
60-minute draw. I honestly don't know.
Will Ospreay will die before those 60 minutes.
Like, I could justifiably see both or either of these guys leaving the junior division fairly soon. Both guys are big enough to be in the heavyweight division. So, you know, I think the loser possibly goes up fairly soon. But I'd probably lean towards Hiromu as well, based on the fact that his performance in the Best of Super Juniors tournament was better than Ospreay's when you compare like for like. And just the role and the story, and like I said, the injuries are mounting up. So putting everything into a big soup bowl, you come out with the Hiromu win, I think.
I slightly lean more towards Ospreay just because the quality of his matches recently. I don't know. You're talking me out of it. I was going Ospreay before this. Like, Takahashi had his win, got his trophy.
Broke his trophy.
I wonder, is that enough for him now for a little while, and maybe they leave it on Ospreay?
I mean, like when Ospreay won his Best of Super Juniors, he lost the title match.
Yeah. I think I'll go Ospreay here.
I was just going to quickly jump back on something Fitz said there a second ago as well about potentially the loser going up. Do you reckon Ospreay's match with Okada 2 or 3 months back was essentially his audition for the heavyweights?
Could have been.
You looked at that match and you wouldn't have been able to tell that Ospreay was a junior.
No, he looked at home, looked comfortable there. Like,
you know, like when you think of juniors, you genuinely do think of smaller athletes. It's the natural instinctive kind of definition, like a cruiserweight. You know, you don't kind of see that in either of those two performers. So I think, you know, whoever wins, like looking against Kushida, for example, you know, he looks like a junior at the minute. Fights like a heavyweight, but looks like a junior. So I don't know if the appearance is that much of an issue in New Japan as it is in WWE, but I think that they would be foolish to keep both of those guys in the junior division for much longer.
Yeah.
The champion is running out of challengers.
That's true too.
Yeah, need some new blood in there.
Or will he be champion for much longer?
Either way, a lot of challengers have fallen. And then next we have Chris Jericho versus Naito. We're such sad bastards.
See, I wonder if we're going to get that Naito chat there, because it's not in the Tokyo Dome, just where that usually is.
What is
There'll
true?
be plenty of girls there.
I'm sure
screaming
there'll
his name.
still be a high pitched Naito.
Yeah, so the build up is very similar to the New Japan or the Wrestle Kingdom build versus Kenny Omega. Jericho attacked him, doing promos while he finished the matches, all that sort of stuff, and calling him a fuckface, which is quite enjoyable.
Chris
So
Jericho.
So much cursing.
Yeah, Jericho's loving it. He kind of mentioned, that he is going to win and all, the usual. But he's doing it to help Naito, to show the Japanese people that he is a great wrestler. I like this weird angle they're having on it. But Gordo, does the hometown boy win it? Or does that filthy foreigner come in and steal the IWGP Intercontinental title, bringing him to 9 total?
Problem is, the thoughts from being a 9-time IC champ is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And where, like, how long is this thing with New Japan going to keep going?
Well, apparently he's getting development impact at the minute.
Well, that's for the cruise, though.
I don't know.
He is, in fairness, he is good mates with the guys
hope
who's
it's for-
booking it at the moment.
Exactly, and he had that Sami Callihan promo.
And I said, what is he doing messing around with that fool?
Hey, Jericho's no fool.
I think Naito needs a big win. I think they missed out by not pulling the trigger on Naito for the title. So I think he needs a big win. So I'm going to say Naito to win this. But again, we could be looking at a 5-star match between the two of these. So
yeah, I reckon Naito as well.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, I think this might be Jericho's last thing he does with New Japan. So, go out on your back. And Naito will be around. He needs the push. And Jericho's not going to be going defending a fucking Intercontinental title anywhere. Like,
But could you imagine if Jericho did win?
that
Like,
I would pop like fuck if Jericho won.
Let's look at that just as a possibility, because we're professional journalists here, so we have to look at every alternative possibility. What happens if he is champion? Now, obviously, he could lose it again in America in 3 or 4 weeks' time, so it's not inconceivable that happens.
It's true.
Jericho
they
Tanahashi.
They need to,
Jericho's always said he likes to put newer talent over.
yeah. To be fair, like putting newer talent over doesn't always necessarily mean you have to lose to them. Like, not trying to paraphrase Jericho's own promo that he cut, but having a match with Jericho does kind of improve anyone's stature, regardless of the result.
Yeah.
So Jericho could beat him for the title now, and Naito could get the rub in America in 4 or 5 weeks' time and become a better performer, more rounded performer, a more well-known performer as a result of it. And Jericho's got that title reign within New Japan as well. I think the swerve could be here. I will optimistically say Jericho to win.
Ooh.
But it's like that 1%, that bottom 1%.
EC3.
Yeah. It'd be cool. I just don't see them doing it. I don't see Jericho even going, yeah, I have to. Although, if he attacks a third person, do you know what I mean? If they're planning to use him again, they need to do something different, because he can't come in attacking, I'm going to beat you up and blah, 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 after losing 2 matches.
It all depends on if he's doing something else. So if he's doing something else, he has to win. If not, if he loses again, you just come in twice, lost to whoever he's challenging, and that's it. Gone. Like,
yeah. Unless you do a double disqualification and they brawl through the arena or some shit like that. But
This is
there
not
might be an out
WWE.
there.
This is not WWE. They have definitive finishes in Japan.
Exactly, but that's why it would have more of an impact, because that's what Jericho's been doing. He's been bringing the American bullshit finishes and bullshit attacks in. I could see that as a way to get out of it.
But can you imagine if they do keep this going afterwards? We might see a Naito "This Is Your Life" segment.
Hope they don't bring Jericho's brothers out or sisters or whatever it was. You could do a thing where Naito wins the logical finish and then Jericho fucking destroys him or something, and he keeps his heat on the way out. I don't know. I can't wait to see this. That's the whole thing. I don't care who wins, but I assume Naito.
Yeah.
Anyway, a match I'm very heavily invested in. I do care who wins. It's Okada versus Omega 4.
Kenny!
We didn't even. I can't see ye. I don't know if you can see me, but we
Thankfully
all knew.
not.
We all knew to say Kenny at the right time there.
It's the hive mind.
It's the hive mind. We're lads with very little to do. It's a IWGP Heavyweight Championship match. No time limit. 2 out of 3 falls. And will Mr. Meltzer have to break out a 7th star? That's what we're. This could the last match they had at Dominion is my favorite match of all time. I've never seen a better match than it, and I'm wondering, can they top it?
They will top it 3 times because they've got 3 matches.
That's the thing. How do you go about it? Do you do a quick fall, or do you have 3 of them?
No time limit. You do whatever the fuck you want.
But I mean, as in, within the first minute, somebody gets caught. Like, it'd be a cool shock if Kenny pinned him within a minute, or something ridiculous like that.
Kenny with the quick pin. Okada gets the 2nd fall, and then there's the long drawn out thing of can Kenny hit the one-winged angel.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Even talking about it, I love it. I'd love to see.
There's so many permutations here.
It'd be a cool thing where they had Kenny gets a quick fall and Okada chases a pin for about 40 minutes, where he can't put him away. He eventually does, but then Kenny comes back after that. And yeah, you could have, you could do another 40 minutes for the 3rd fall. This is going an hour and a half.
It fucking could well. And that could
I reckon about an hour 10, an hour 15. I think it's going an hour and a half. It's going over an hour.
It's over an hour, because otherwise the time limit would be there.
Yeah.
Are we going to get interference?
No, the little thread here is that the Bucks of Youth, if you've seen Being the Elite, Kenny opened the box. We don't know what was in the box, whatever, but they're hoping that they'll be ringside. So do we end up at the end of the night in a glorious scene with the Elite back together, the Bucks with the heavyweight titles, and Kenny with the heavyweight title? And what a scene that'd be.
That is the visual I have in my mind.
Because when Okada loses after breaking all those records, it's all New Japan is logical. These things are planned out ahead of time, and if they fall into something, they ham it up. But this is perfect. This is the perfect time for Okada to lose.
Yeah,
there's no way beating Tanahashi's record, beating the days that Naito held it.
There is no way Okada should retain his belt here. I can't see any logical way that could go down and people would be happy with it.
If the match is good, I won't be disappointed with it. I want Kenny to win. I'm hoping Kenny will win. He's my pick to win. But I don't think people would be disappointed either, as long as it's a crazy good match, which we expect it to be.
I've noticed the last time there was a little bit of aggro. I think when he beat Naito, there was a little bit. Oh, come on! We all knew he was going to beat Tanahashi. It was set up that way. That was the story. I agree with you slightly, Steve. I do think there's going to be a little bit of disappointment. As Nikki said as well, to be disappointment on this end here. I definitely think Kenny wins this. He has to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you do next if Kenny doesn't win?
Exactly. This is going down to the whole Jericho losing a 2nd match. If Omega loses a 3rd match, then he should never be in that title picture again.
Well, they're tied right now.
Yeah, win each and a draw.
Well, in terms of championship matches, he's not won in his 2 previous attempts.
True. And then you have the 5th match at All In. Oh, yeah. Because Omega and Okada are on the show. Yeah. Why aren't you doing this?
Because we're going to have Kenny versus Punk.
If they hadn't, quote, sold out, like, I think they announced that match to sell the tickets. Yeah. That was in the holster.
Oh, highly, without a doubt.
I was getting on a plane if they announced that match and it wasn't sold out. Well, I suppose we've all kind of made our predictions there. I assume it's... Well, what do you think? Head over heart then, Gordo.
I'm loving the idea of Kenny getting a quick win, even if it's with a roll-up or something, just kind of a shock thing in the first minute, catching him unawares. Then Okada chasing for about half an hour or so, eventually equaling up. Then the big thing of can Kenny hit the one-winged angel, and eventually around about the hour 15 mark, Kenny finally hits it. So yeah, I'm gonna say Kenny wins 2-1.
Yeah, Kenny 2-1 makes sense to me. I'd love to see a random surprise 2-0, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'd say 2-1.
Ditto. Can't see any other result.
Yeah, unless you have an amazing night, something where Kenny wins 2-0, and then you have that scene at the end. But I think 2-1. I'm surprised it wasn't held for a Wrestle Kingdom for Kenny to win the title. Maybe they don't trust it enough, even though they should. But
are they worried about American show not selling out?
Yeah, that's another thing.
Which is why the whole picture you said of you have the Bucks and Kenny closing the show with the three of them in the ring with them belts. That image alone sells tickets.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
tiebreaker, I think here. Call the duration of this match.
Oh yeah,
first bell to last bell.
2 hours and 58 minutes
for the main event.
Yeah, we're going WrestleMania.
To quote good old Lionel Richie, all night long. I would imagine an hour 25.
Yeah, I go an hour 12.
I'm gonna go an hour 15.
Hour 19.
Yeah, you see, I think if you're going over an hour, you might as well go over the 10. You know, that kind of way. It's right there. You could, be down on the ground or whatever. I'm not saying I could do these things, but I couldn't walk for an hour, let alone go getting thrown around the place that amount of time. But
spoiler alert, it'll all be done in 25 minutes.
I think what you do is you kick off the show with this, and whatever time is left. Yeah, I cannot wait for this. Even just the two, the main and the co-main, I'd watch them alone for the 2 hours it's going to take to watch them. But I can't wait.
I can't remember being as excited to watch a match, and you could easily pick one or the two of those as the one I'm talking about. I can't remember the last time I was excited to see a match as much as this.
Kenny,
actually, I can't remember. Sorry, it was Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe last week in SmackDown. Oh wait, no, I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, have a fucking dance contest.
So, do you reckon it'll be a better match than, say, any of the Backlash card?
Get fucked.
Where are you putting Dominion now on levels of Backlash? Is it worth 12 Backlashes?
I think an infinite amount of Backlash.
Oh, man. Jesus. And you reckon Roman and Jinder won't be as good?
Oh, man.
I'm just taking bets out here. Just taking bets.
My head hurts.
No judgment here. No judgment here. Yeah, what do you think about my theory of the closing shot?
Oh, I love it. That's literally what I had in my mind the entire way through.
Because they like to make their fans happy. They rarely, and if they don't, they'll really make it up to you somewhere else on the card.
And they'll have the fireworks, or not the fireworks, the pyro, and they'll have the streamers and everything.
Yeah,
confetti coming down.
And it'll be the finale, or not the finale, but the coming together of the storyline on being the elite. That the boys are back together. Oh, so good! I can't wait for this.
All will be right with the world if that is the closing shot.
What about Ibushi's
involvement
situation here?
He's not on the card, yeah.
So he will be ringside, I would imagine.
I don't think so.
Maybe I don't know. You've got Gato out there. You see, you kind of need somebody out there to. I don't know. You don't need it, but it's nice aesthetic to have one person each side or whatever.
Yeah, but I reckon he's going to. I reckon Ibushi's going to be there for the whole match. The Bucks will turn up during the match. When
Kenny's getting his ass whooped or something, and if they want to come out and try and help him out, like as in if we go with our theory where Kenny gets a quick early win out of nowhere, and then Okada beats the living shit out of him for 20-30 minutes, and the Bucks get concerned for his welfare, and then they make their way out or something.
Yeah,
and the Bucks being there inspires Kenny to pull through.
If this was WWE World, they'd have Kota Ibushi ringside, and he'd be the one to cost Kenny.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, although they did do it in Ring of Honor, but the Bucks would the referee would get knocked out, and the Bucks would go in and super kick Kenny by accident again. Yeah. Oh, let's not know. I just want just a wrestling match with 3 pinfalls or whatever it takes. Just no bullshit.
I nearly wish there was no seconds in it. That it was literally just 2 boys go out there and do their thing. No Gato, no fucking anyone else. Just leave the 2 of them go tell their story. They don't need anyone else. But
look, we went longer than we thought we would anyway. I think we'll probably call it there. But
I have a feeling that match will go longer than we think it will too.
Yeah.
So it starts at 8 o'clock in the hour, lads. What time we finish and drinking at?
Monday.
Oh, man. Thank God Money in the Bank and the World Cup is not on that weekend. But anyway, thanks for joining us. And we never know. We might have an old live post show. That depends on how drunk we are at 3 in the day. But we'll see. So yeah, you can see a little box up there. See those things that say at 2-Bit Wrestling. Follow us there. You can find the Alleged Wrestling Podcast at the places it says there. iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher. We have a new show, Irish time, 10 o'clock, usually every Friday night. And subscribe. Do things like that. We'll talk to you later. Say goodbye, boys.
Bye,
Night,
Good night, ho.